Guys, let us learn today about Ohm's law. Let us begin with definition. So, what is the definition of Ohm's law? Ohm's law states that the potential difference across the ends of a given metallic wire in an electric circuit is directly proportional to the current flowing through it. What is meant by this? This is simply what is Ohm's law. Voltage is directly proportional to current. V is voltage and I is current. So voltage upon current is constant, and that constant is named as R, which is nothing but resistance, and the unit of resistance ohm. So you can see a simple circuit here. So in this circuit, this is the battery and this is the bulb. So current is going to flow from positive terminal and bulb the light and come back to negative terminal. So this is the flow of current. So if you keep any voltage here, a voltmeter which measures the voltage, let me keep a voltmeter here which measures the voltage, and if you keep a ammeter here, so what happens is, if you increase this voltage, if you vary this voltage, if you increase this voltage, then the current flowing in this wire also increases. With change in the voltage, the current also changes. So this tells that if you go on increasing the voltage, the value of current also increases. But what is this R? This R is nothing but the resistance of the wire. This metallic wire which is in this circuit, it has some resistance, means which stops the flow of current through it, or which resists the flow of electrons flowing into the circuit. So this is R, and R is constant for different materials in the room temperature difference. Like if the temperature is more, then there will be a variation in R. There will be a variation in resistance. So let us see now what is 1 ohm resistance. So 1 ohm resistance is equal to 1 volt per 1 ampere, which means if in a circuit, if you are supplying 1 volt of voltage and the current is 1 ampere, if you measure the current across that circuit, if it is 1 ampere, then the resistance of the wire is 1 ohm. So 1 volt per 1 ampere is 1 ohm. This equation V is equal to IR can be written in other two forms. Those are this: V is equal to IR. So if we know the current and if we know the resistance of the wire, then we can find out the voltage by this relation. But current is equal to voltage upon resistance. So here you can see that current is inversely proportional to resistance, which means if you increase the resistance, the current get decreased. Suppose if you double the resistance, then the current gets decreased to half. So in this way, current is inversely proportional to resistance. Similarly, you can see here resistance. Resistance is voltage upon current, which you have already seen. So if you increase the voltage, the resistance is going to increase. But if you increase the current, then the resistance is going to decrease. A component used to regulate current without changing the voltage source is called a Variac resistance, which means there are some components which actually required the current to be increased without changing the voltage. So in that case, we use a component called as variable resistance. So the variable resistance is also called as the rheostat. A device called rheostat is often used to change the resistance in the current circuit. Which, suppose if 10 voltage is given and the resistance of the wire is 10 ohms, then we get 1 ampere current flowing through the circuit. Now the rheostat, which is a device which helps in changing the resistance in the circuit. So if we use a rheostat, then we can change the resistance. Suppose in the circuit you need 0.5 ampere of current, but what you are getting is 1 ampere. So what you do it with the help of rheostat, you increase the resistance. You increase the resistance up to 20 ohms. So in this case 10 upon 20 it becomes 0.5 ampere. So I hope you have understood about Ohm's law. Thank you and have a great day.